Hi guys, Ready Set RC here today, and today we are doing our collection video, or let me say videos. We have a pretty extensive RC collection between myself and my son. We try to think of the best ways to do these videos, and it's probably going to be a 7-part video based on all of the RCs that we have. I know over the span of the first year of us, coming to the first year of us being on YouTube, we've displayed a pretty large collection of RCs, but even the ones that you've seen up until this point is not every RC that we own. So we've kind of shown comparisons videos and other RCs running during our videos, and for the most part, we've shown you I would say probably about maybe about 60% of the cars that we own. But there is so many others that we have that we want to show you guys, and definitely kind of give you a taste of what we have in store for 2018. To further ado, here's our RC collection. This group is going to be considered the 1/10 off-road cars. Pretty large selection. I would have to say this is probably our largest group of RCs. Is the 1/10 scale off-road. This that we have in front of us today is the Patera Rally. This is my son's. This is my son's RC. Lots of fun. I think the only breakage that we had on this was the front bulkhead. But other than that, box stock. There isn't much change to this. As of today, in regards to Patera, they no longer sell this line. A lot of their RCs right now seem to be, or off-road RCs at least, tend to be towards the crawling side of things. So you don't really see too much in regards to off-road speed on Patera's line. But this was one of, by far I would say, one of their best off-road selections that they had. And we've had tons of fun with this. As I said, the only issue that we had, we broke the front bulkhead on this. And outside of that, we haven't really had too much issues. But my son, he runs this on 2S. I know in commenting with a couple of the guys that I used to talk to in regards to this RC, they used to say they have tons of issues with the wheels in regards to the rims breaking. But let's move on to the next RC, guys. So what we have here now, guys, is the Arrma Sentin 4x4 Mega. As you see in its current form, it is brushed. We will be moving over to brushless. As we stated in our final thoughts video, we will be moving over to brushless, and this Ghoul RC brushless combo is what we will be putting in this kit. This is definitely our next steps. I only had, well, we had a couple breakages on this, and one of the more major ones was in regards to the servo. This was a great kit, guys. This was a lot of fun in the brush form, but we're ready to move over to brushless. As I said, my son has an ECX Torment, and that is one of the reasons why we're moving over to brushless, because he has asked that we move that up and get that up a little bit more speed. And the only way to do that from this point on, since we are running lipos in that kit, is to move it over to brushless. So we are going to be moving the ECX Torment also over to brushless using Ghoul RC's brushless setup as well. But everything else on this is box stock. I think we did pretty much a good run through on the final thoughts and the unboxing of this kit, so I'm not going to really go through that right now. But this is it. This is the Arrma Sentin 4x4 Mega in its brush form. Let's move on to the next RC, guys. Okay, so this one's going to take a little bit of explanation for it. I know you guys are looking at this and you're wondering, not quite a Kyosho Rage VE, not quite maybe a Vortex, Arrma Vortex. It's not. It's actually an Arrma Raider. This was an Arrma Raider. This is the first gen Arrma Raider. We bought this when Arrma just came out. Definitely had fun in its original state, but when we saw the Kyosho Rage body, definitely was one of those things that we looked at it and decided to move on in changing the shape of this, but it required some other modifications, which was changing out the arms to the Vortex arms to give us that wider stance. And going over to the Vortex wheels, the deboot wheels on the Vortex to also accommodate everything. It is still brushed with the original electronics that was in the Armorata first gen, but it is definitely a fun kit, even in its brush form. This is my son's kit. This was originally mine. When it went over to the Kyosho Rage, one of the main reasons why we went over to the Kyosho Rage, he wanted a RC that had a driver that was in there, and you know, it was one of those things that we went ahead and put that in there, put the body on there. Took some minor changes, like we had to Dremel out the front here to allow that brace to go through the front. But some minor, as I said, very minor tweaks and changes we had with this. This RC is great. I think the only issues that we had with this is when we originally got this RC, it was one of those things where the servo was bad immediately. It would lock in position and only go left. We called Armor up, and Armor sent us out a servo immediately on this. So definitely support from Armor has been fairly well with us in regards to this one. As I said, I only had to really reach out to them in regards to that servo, and then the turnaround was fairly quick. But yeah, this was a great kit. And let's move on to the next one, guys. So here we are, guys. The Axial Exo Terra Buggy. I have pain and joy with this kit. As of right now, timing of this video, probably pain more than anything. I'm still tweaking the gearing on this. This kit has a ton of hop-ups on there. There is metal, carbon fiber throughout. There is Castle Creations, short course truck, ESC and motor that's in here, a Savox servo that's in here, metal casters that's on here. The only thing that I originally just recently swapped out and put back on the stock part on here was those front shocks. I had the Proline shocks on the front. I've had this kit from the beginning. Wow, I can't even imagine how long ago that was. But when Axial first came out with this kit, this is probably the second release that they had with this. And this goes to one of my gripes, and this is probably the one kit that I learned the biggest lesson of all. Run your kits the way they come first, then make the modifications. Even though with this kit, when I listened to one of the YouTubers out there during this time, had suggested making all these modifications, and the idea was great. You know, he said, go ahead and make all the modifications while you're building the kit. But the one valuable piece that he did not know until he himself received the second release of this kit was that all of the bendy plastics that he complained about on this kit, all of them were remedied in that second version of this kit. And I made all these modifications, great. On this kit, it's a great durability, it's a great durable kit, but did I need them? Probably not. Probably not. Did that cause any issues in regards to the build of this kit? No, not at all. It just made it a lot more durable, a lot more heavier. It is a very heavy kit. You can see even the arms, the RPM arms on the front and rear, light buckets are all in here. I mean, if you can look in there, you'll see the carbon fiber. There's a lot of hop-ups that I did to this kit. And I will say it is bulletproof, but it is a pain to work on, especially now when I have to go back in there and mess with that gearing. I never put the body in there because it was just very little room in trying to put the battery in and everything else. So I never really put that body mold with the seats in this kit. I just, figured it's easier to just deal with it, get to my electronics without everything there. And I haven't really had an issue with dust or anything like that. But yeah, this is definitely one of my love-hate vehicles, and I would love to love it more than hate it at this point, but I am definitely looking to do some more changes to it in regards to the gearing, and that means taking everything here apart to get back in there. So that's it on the Axial Exo Terra Buggy. Let's move on to the next kit. All right, guys, so what we have here now is the Proline short course buggy. And this is another one where it didn't quite start off like this. I think I may have discussed this on my Pro MT 4x4 when I was doing the unboxing of that kit, that this kit started off as a roller. It actually started off as a Traxxas two-wheel drive / roller. From there, we upgraded it over to the Proline short course buggy. And in doing so, and I think I've explained this on the other video, but I'll do a brief run through, is that when this first came out, this was sold by Proline in several different pieces. This wasn't the short course buggy that came in a box and was somewhat pre-assembled and you put it together. This came in bags and you had to assemble it based on the bags that you needed. Or you purchased the bags that you needed and then you assembled it accordingly. But in doing so, a lot of the parts that came in those bags, I didn't quite need them because I had made those modifications to the roller build that I had bought. So the Power Stroke shocks I had already on there. Currently, and you know, Power Stroke shocks were on there, and a couple of the other things that I had on this kit was already on there. So it wasn't too much to go ahead and convert this over to it, other than the chassis and the transmission in the rear. Some other minor changes, but for the most part, it wasn't much for me to change it over. Right now, what you're looking at is it with the paddle tires that are on there, Proline's paddle tires that are on here. I'm running in this Valenian system. I only run this on 3S. This is by far not my only, yeah, I guess this would be. This is my only two-wheel drive RC at this point. Really do love this. This thing has got tremendous amount of power. Surprised that I haven't posted more videos on this, but I've done a lot of off-road video running on this. Actually, I ran this a lot more prior to having the channel. Since having the channel, I haven't quite run this as much, and it's just nothing more than just doing review videos for you guys. But for the most part, I really like this. If you guys want to see more videos of this RC, please let me know, and I'll try to post more videos of it. But it's a great running kit. I love it to death. It drives well. And it's just very fun to have. I haven't quite taken this out on the sand as of yet. I had this set up to take it out on the sand, and then had to do some more tweaks at that point. But definitely a fun kit to own. But let's move on to the next RC. So what we have here, guys, is the 10 Rally X, Locy's 10 Rally X. And this is based on the 10 platform. Currently, this is box stock. There is no changes that were done on this. And guess what? There's no changes I need to do on this. This RC has held up very well for me. As I've mentioned in my 10 SCBE video, I run this kit primarily on gravel. I run it on gravel, I run it on the tarmac. That's pretty much it. I don't really do big jumps with this. I don't beat this thing up. At the time of this video, the 10 Rally X has been discontinued by Locy. So it's definitely one of those things where I just don't, I mean, it's not because parts availability, because it's a 10, so all the parts are available. I just don't really think in its form, and it's really geared, the way it's set up, it's really geared for those rally kind of driving, especially because of the wheels. It's really geared towards those rally type of driving, and I really don't push it like that. I really just do more of scale kind of driving with this RC, and it's a lot of fun. I've ran this on 2S, I've ran this on 3S. I mainly run this kit with my son when he runs his Patera Rally. They're tons of fun together, and I've had a lot of fun with this. This is a lot of power with this vehicle. It has the AVC system in there. It works very well in regards to getting some of those power slides with this kit. Definitely a lot of fun. I do enjoy driving this kit. Let's move on to the next RC. So here we are, guys. My son's tried and true trusty ECX Torment 4x4. You guys have seen this all over our channel. This is so durable. It is in the brush setup form right now. The ESC can handle LiPo and nickel metal hydrides. So we run a 2S LiPo in this kit all the time. Just gives us more a stable run, and it gives us longer run times with this, and it also improves the speed of this kit. It's definitely a ton of fun. But as we said also, with the Armor Sentin 4x4 Mega, we'll be moving over to the Ghoul RC brushless setup. As I said, my son had requested this to go a little bit faster, and in that sense, we're going to be moving over to brushless from the brush setup that's on here. This kit has been so durable. I think we only had one breakage, and that would break on any car. My son, when he first got this RC, he ran it head first, full speed, underneath a car, and smashed up the entire bumper of this kit, along with also going full speed into a curb. So we since replaced it with the T-Bone racing bumper. I think one of the supports on the T-Bone racing bumper also broke at some point. Called them up, they replaced it immediately, no issues. I think in less than a week we got the part from them. But outside of that, this kit's been wonderful. We run this on dirt, grass, gravelly surfaces. It takes everything. My son loves to jump with this. He does everything with this. This is definitely what I would say is a great first RC for any person getting into the hobby. My son, when he first got this, he had to be about 6 years old. At the time of this video, he's 8. So he's been running strong with this kit, and it's definitely one of those that it's time to move him up to brushless. He already has brushless in 2 of his kits, which would be the Patera Rally and the Red Cat TRMT10E. So be nice to see him move over to a short course truck, which is also brushless. Other than that, guys, on this RC, it's pretty much box stock. Nothing really changed on here. We will be changing out the body on this kit as well. The body has definitely lived its time based on all the things that we've done to it. He has run this thing thoroughly through. I mean, the holes on this is stressed out. The body is breaking and tearing in other locations. It is time to move on. So in saying that, guys, it's also time to move on to the next RC. So let's move on to the next RC. So here we are, the next RC. And this one's a little difficult because I know you guys are looking at it and you're thinking about the category and you're saying 1/10 scale. But to me, it's more of a 1/10 scale in size, probably more like a 1/9 scale in size than anything else. But I couldn't quite put this in any other category. Didn't feel it quite fit in the 1/8 scale class, which I want to keep that more true, but yet didn't quite fit 1/10 scale on-road because this is primarily a off-road car compared to my other rally cars. So I felt this was probably the best place to put it, even though this is truly a 1/9 scale RC. So just getting into it, this is the HPI WR8 first generation of the rally car. This is not the body that normally comes with it. I bought this as a clear body. Painted this up. The wonderful thing with the clear body, it also came with the light moldings, which I have lighting on this all throughout. Other than that, in regards to electronics, I'm pretty sure this was a rebranded version of the Castle Creations motor and ESC that's in here. As I said, this was the first generation of the WR8. This is actually the body that came with it, so you guys see it in its true form. That's the body that came with it, guys. I liked it so much that I didn't really want to bang it around, even though I think I did a pretty good job in painting up this other body, which was just something that I saw online in regards to Rally, and something that was out there, and you know what, I just went ahead and went at it. And sometimes you got to do that with some of these bodies, guys. Is just go out there and have fun, enjoy painting, enjoy doing your thing with it. If you know, you're not going to get better if you don't go out there and try. And the stickers that I had with this, it's just stickers I grabbed from all the other RCs that I've had. I've had Tamiya kits where I've done builds, and you know, I grabbed the stickers from there as well. So you know, it was kind of cool having, you know, some of this stuff around that I could just go ahead and have some fun with it. So this is, as I said, this is the WR8, the HPI Ken Block WR8, the first generation. The tires, I'm pretty sure they were from the Nitro version of this kit. There was a Nitro version, and there was also, I want to say there was another electric version, but I don't want to go out there and say that up front. I think these were just the electric version, which was the Ken Block edition, and then the Nitro version, which came with these tires. But these tires hook up very well on multiple surfaces. I never really drove the original Ken Block ones, which was like one tire was one color, and then the rest of them were 3 different other colors. I never really used them. From what I've seen on videos, they seem to hook up very well, but I didn't really use them. I love these. These hook up on all surfaces. I tend to run this on gravel. I tend to run this on tarmac and asphalt. Great kit, guys. This, by far, I would probably say, one of my most favorite rally cars. Of all the rallies that I own, this is probably my most favorite one. It's just a lot of fun. Fun on 2S, fun on 3S. It's just a great kit. And that's just to say, too, is that in its current form, in the electronics that come with this kit primarily can only run on 2S and 3S. It's not recommended to run on anything more than that. But it's a great kit nonetheless. I really do enjoy this rally. I've done several runs with this. Don't think I've quite done any runs with this on video, because I got this kit way before I had the channel, and I don't think I've did any videos of this. But if you guys want to see videos on this kit, let me know. I'll post them up. I'll do some videos and post them up. But this is just a great kit to have, great kit to run with. As we're nearing the end of this grouping of the collection, going from one of my most favorite rallies to one of my more favorite RCs is the Low C Baja Ray. Tons of fun. I can't say anything more about this than tons of fun. This is, as I stated on my final thoughts video, this is in box stock. There isn't much, or there isn't anything that I've done to this, any changes that I've done to this at all, other than the upper links in the rear were replaced. And that's because the prior upper links were just bent beyond drivability. But this kit is so much fun, tons of fun. Definitely one of my more favorite RCs out there. You know, with the scale looks, the scale drivability, just tons of fun. As I said on my final thoughts video, I only run this on 3S. It is, as I said, by far one of the more scale RCs that I have out there. From this point on, I'll probably try to do some more cinematic videos with this, because it's just an amazing kit, especially on the heels of the Super Baja Ray coming out. So that's it, guys. Let's move on to the final RC within this grouping. So this is it, guys. Last RC in this grouping, This is the Losi 10 SCBE. Just recently did a final thoughts on this kit. Really do enjoy this kit. It's a lot of fun in its current form. Just a great kit, just a very great kit to own. Currently, the way that it is, box stock, nothing's really changed on this. Eventually, we will be changing out the shocks on here. As I said in the final thoughts video, I think the only thing that probably needs to be replaced at this point would be the servo. And to be quite honest, that's not really a quick necessity. I think it runs very well with the current servo that's in it. Just a little slow if you're going to try to run those higher speeds. But this is a great kit to own. As I said, it's on that tried and true Losi 10 platform, and it's just another one of those proven RTRs out there. But you know, so as we are wrapping up here, guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram for our latest post to our channel. This is Ready Set RC signing out. Thanks again, guys.